your sides, grip the tennis balls, squeeze the legs. Let's start with our neck cars. We'll bring our chin down to our chest, draw chin along the collarbone, reach your ear back behind the shoulder, circle around. All the way around and down. 2 more. Chin over collarbone, ear reaches back behind the shoulder. Slow control. Drawing the biggest circle you possibly can with no pinching. 1 more. All the way around. And when you get to the center, take a little pause, re-squeeze the legs, re-squeeze the tennis balls, and let's switch direction. Chin over collarbone, ear reaches back behind the shoulder. 2 more, same direction. All the way around and down. Last one. Center and stack to stand tall. Let's go for our spine cars. We're going to cross our arms in front of our chest, nice wide feet. Squeeze the legs, round your body forward. Let's rotate to the side, bend to the side, and extend all the way back. Nice slow control. All the way back, side, down. 2 more. Keep those hips facing forward. They stay nice and square. By squeezing the legs more, it'll help you stay more stable so you can isolate spine. 1 more time. Rotation, side bend, and extend. All the way side, down, a little break, re-squeeze legs. Let's go the other direction. Rotation to side bend, extending all the way back. 2 more. Slow control, get as much movement as you can through the spine, no pinching. Last one. All the way back. And rebuild the spine. Let's go for our shoulder blades. Bring the feet a little closer to the center. Squeeze the legs, grip those tennis balls, shoulder blades all the way up. Forward, down, and back. 2 more. Up, forward, down, back. Last one. Up, forward, down, back. Let's switch direction. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, down. Last one, forward, up, back, and down. Let's set one tennis ball off to the side so we can do our shoulders. Front leg is the working arm. Grab your ribs with the other hand. Squeeze the legs. Palm faces up. We cross in front of the body. Bicep comes all the way next to the ear. Rotate and reach behind you. Keep rotating, rotating, reaching all the way down. Switch direction. We reach back. Grip, grip, rotate, come all the way up, across, and down. 2 more. Cross in front of the body. Bicep next to the ear. Rotate and reach. Rotating, rotating, reaching. Reach back behind the body. Rotate, come up, across, down. 1 more time. Cross in front of the body. Rotate, reach back. All the way down. Switch direction behind the body. Grip, grip, rotate, come all the way up, across, and down. Let's switch arms. Other leg in front leg, working arm, grab those ribs, squeeze the legs, cross in front of the body. Bring your bicep next to your ear, rotate, reach behind you, all the way down. Reach back, grip, grip, rotate, come all the way up, across, down. Last Last two, cross in front of the body, bicep next to the ear. Make sure your arm is as straight as you can get it. We want to move from the shoulder. Switch direction, reaching behind the body. Grip, rotate up, across. One more time, cross in front of the body. Bicep next to the ear, rotate, reaching behind you, reaching down. Switch direction, behind you. Grip, grip, up, across, and down. Let's grab the other tennis ball. We'll do our elbows. Elbows sucked into your sides. Grip those tennis balls. Squeeze tight. Squeeze the legs. We bend the elbow all the way up. Rotate palms face forward. Push all the way down. Rotate at the bottom. Bend. Rotate. And down. One more. Rotate, palms are up. Bend. Forward. Down. Switch direction. Bend the elbows, squeezing the legs, squeezing the tennis balls. Rotate, palms are up. Last two, palms are back, bend. Rotate, extend. One more time. Rotate, palms are back, bend. Rotate and extend all the way down. Let's have a seat. Grab your yoga block, tennis ball. We're going for our wrist cars. Palm faces up, forearm is on the block, but remember to have enough space of your wrist hanging off the block so that we can focus on it instead of having it too close. You need the space to move. Gripping the tennis ball, bring your hand to the center of your body. Reach those fingers down to the ground, gripping that tennis ball. Out to the side and all the way up. In, down to the ground, away from the center, all the way up. Last one, in. Down to the ground, away from the center, and up. Let's go the other direction. Out to the side first, down to the ground, in, up, two more. Out to the side, down to the ground, in, and up. Out to the side, down to the ground, in, up. One more time. Out, down, in, and up. Let's switch sides. Gripping that tennis ball, palm faces up. Come into the center of the body. Reach your knuckles down to the ground, away from the center and all the way in. In, down, away, up. Last one, in, down, away, and up. Other direction. Out to the side, down to the ground, in, up. Out to the side, down to the ground, in, up. Last one, out to the side, down, in, and up. Let's come into a side lying position. Block for your head, ball between the knees. Get those tennis balls out of the way. We have our hip series. So we start with the head on the block, ball between the knees, and the first repetition, I want us to all bring that leg up as high as you can and hold it here for a second. We're gonna check a couple things while we're here. Check your hips, make sure they're square, one on top of the other. Make sure your knee is still stacked on top of the other knee, and you're lifting that foot as high as you can. You should feel your femur, your thigh, internally rotating. And then we come back down. We're not gonna pause on the next ones, just that first one. Another 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that ball between the ankles. Hips are still stacked. Open the top knee. Make sure you're not tipping behind you. We keep the hips nice and stacked for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take take that ball behind the knee. Hips are still nice and stacked. Knee comes into the chest. Open it up to the sky. Rotate and reach behind your body all the way down. 4 more. In. Open. Rotate, reach. 3. In. Open. Rotate, reach. Try to keep those hips nice and stacked. Don't let anything else move. 2 more. In. Open. 1 more time. In. Open. And let's switch direction. We reach behind the body. Open up, in, and down. 4 more. Get that good hip extension. Open, rotating. 3 more. 2 more. Nice full range of motion. 1 more time. All the way up. In and relax. Ball off to the side. Grab that yoga block. Goes between the knees. You can either use the second one or the one that was under your head and hold your head for support. Heel starts close to you. Turn those toes up to the sky. Squeezing the block the entire time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Extend the leg. Turn those toes down. Bend. Toes are up. Extend. Down. Bend. Last one, toes are up, extend, down, bend. Let's switch direction. Extend, toes turn up, bend, down, extend, up, bend. Last one, toes are down, extend, up, and bend. Let's flip onto our back for our ankle. We'll either hug it in or extend it up. If you want to extend it up, just make sure you can lock out your knee so that you can focus solely on moving at the ankle. Point the toes in a circle. I like 5, 4, watching the toes and watching them point and circle around. 3, getting the biggest circle you possibly can. 2, 1 more time. And let's go the other way. 5. Don't rush through these. 4. As soon as we start rushing any of these exercises, we end up cheating a little bit, which means you're missing out on getting more range of motion. Last 2. If I go too fast, I can't quite get enough. Last 1. And let's switch sides. Block and ball with you. Block for the head, ball between the knees to start. Hips are nice and stacked. And we start by lifting that top leg and then we do our little check. Make sure hips are stacked. Top knee is fairly close to being on top of the bottom knee, and you really feel that femur, your thigh, turning in, resulting in feeling it up into the hip for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and then the ball goes between the ankles. Hips are nice and stacked. Open that top knee. Feel the squeeze in the glute of the top leg for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and ball behind the knee. Hips are nice and stacked. Take that top knee into the chest. Try not to let anything else move. Open up, rotate, reaching behind you. 4 more. I was going to say 10. Open, reach back. 3 more. Knee comes into the chest. Open it up. You want to work at the biggest range of motion you can. Last two. In, open. One more time. All the way back. Switch direction. Your hip should be very heated up. Open, in, and down. Four more. Back. 3. 2 more. Make sure you get that nice hip extension. Last one. All the way in and down. Let's set that ball off to the side. Block goes between the knees. Holding the head, we start with the heel close to us. Turn those toes up to the sky. Squeeze the knees. Extend the leg. Turn those toes down and bend. Toes are up, extend. Down, bend. Up, extend, down, bend. Let's switch direction. Extend all the way up. Toes are up, bend. 2 more. Toes are down, extend, up, bend. 1 more. Down, extend, up, and bend. Let's flip onto our back. Ankle. Either hug the knee in tight to your body, holding on the shin, or extend it all the way up to the sky, point and circle around. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up to standing for our toe cars. Feet a bit wider than hip distance apart. We start by lifting just the big toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the big toes anchored. Outer 4 toes. 5. Conscious of keeping the arches lifted. No caving through the knees. 3. Spread the toes wide. 2, 1. All 10 toes lift. We set just the big toes down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll fan the toes down from the outside for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's grab that stick. It's going to go behind head, shoulder blades, and tail. Feet are hip distance apart, little bend through the knees. We hinge the body forward, getting as low as you can, but you have to touch head, shoulder blades, and tail. 4 more. 3, 2 more. Nice stretch through that whole posterior chain. Last one. And let's switch our hands. Head, shoulder blades, tail. For 5. Should be a really nice stretch. 4. You can only go as low as you can maintain your points of contact. 3. 2. And 1. Stick comes in front. Feet wider than shoulder distance apart. I like toes turned out, not too much, just enough so that my knees track outward. Hinge the body forward just like we were doing. Squat, pause, reach, and then stand. I want to pause at every point. Hinge, pause, squat, pause, reach, and then stand. Another 8. 7. Full body warm up. 6. tough. 5, great exercise to practice on a regular basis. 4, 3, 2 more. 1 more time. And tall. Let's set that stick off to the side. Out of your way, we're not going to use it again, no tripping over it. We have our split squats. Feet are hip distance apart. Big step forward. We go straight down and up for 10. 9, relax the shoulders. 8, think straight down, straight up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other leg. Hips are square. Straight down 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Single leg deadlift. We head to the wall using your block. Your block goes between your knee, the outside knee, okay? The outside knee, right? My outside leg is holding the block. I hinge forward, take that inside hip, turn it so my outside hip is stretched and working. 4 more. Hinge, inside hip turns down. 3 more. Hinge. 2 more. Hinge. 1 more time. Hinge. And switch legs. This one. Outside leg is holding that block. Hinge the body forward. Inside hip turns. 4 more. 3. 2. 1 more. And up. Good. Let's come back to our mat. We have our single leg deadlift with rotation. So we're on one leg. Lift that knee as high as you can. Rotate towards the lifted leg. Come back to the middle. Hinge the body forward. Reach to the floor with the opposite hand. All the way tall, lift that knee. 4 more. Rotation, center, reach to the floor. 3. Rotation, center, 2. Rotation, center, 1 more. Rotation, center, and switch legs. Lift that knee all the way up. We rotate towards that lifted leg. Center, reach to the floor. 4 more. Rotate. 3. 2 more. The floor is the goal, but it's tough. No, touch the wall. 1 more time. And tall. All right, hips are square. If you have a mini band, place it around your ankles. Otherwise, we're gonna reach out to the side. Hips are nice and square. We lift up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that same leg, reach it behind your body, make sure it's straight, lean forward, 10, hips are square, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, hips are square, lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Behind the body. Hinge forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mini band goes around the wrists, or you grab your elastic. I like to double it over because we're not trying to pull it apart. We just want some tension between the hands. Nice wide feet. Reach up, side stretch, lateral lunge. I keep my inside leg straight, send the hips back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, reach, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, toes are straight, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that elastic, pull aparts. So you need to have enough slack so that we can pull it. Feet a little wider than hip distance, knees slightly bent, ribs, hips connected. Open for 10, 9, grow tall, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Little break, grab a quick drink. Our first group, we have 3 exercises. A deadlift, a lateral lunge, and a single arm row. Every exercise, we're going to use our heavier dumbbell, okay? So, deadlift is the first one. You have 2 options. You can either hold 2 heavy weights, 2 medium weights, whatever, if I had a second one, and we hinge over the body. If you only have 1 weight, you can hold it between both hands like so, okay? But you could use 2 weights. It is one of those exercises where you should be lifting quite a bit more weight, so we could definitely double up and use both of the heavy weights if you have them, okay? Feet are about hip distance apart, knees are slightly bent. We're gonna start by hinging the hips, head faces down. I'm imagining that stick touching head, shoulder blades, and tail. And then I stand all the way tall, squeeze my glutes, and lock out my hips for 10. Hinge forward. 9. If you have 2 weights in your hands, you would let them slide down your thighs just below the knees. With 1 weight, I'm sending my hips back and pushing my weight so it lands between my feet, a little further back than my big toes. Let's go for another 4. 3. You should feel hamstrings. 2. and 1. Lateral lunge. Feet start together. I hold the weight in the opposite hand of the stepping leg. One weight only. I take a big step. I reach towards the inside of that leg lunging, and I stand tall. We can also hold the top of the weight, and then you can touch the ground, or you can hold it by the handle for 10. 9, 8. I like the opposite arm to reach out. It's a little bit more comfortable. 7, helps with the balance. 6, 5, core engaged. 4, 3, 2, and done. Other side. Switch the weight. Lunge, reach the way down for 10. 9. Hips are square forward. 8. No rotation. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last one. And center. Single arm row. One leg is in front of the other. I'm going to lean forward so I have room to pull. My arm hangs straight down from my shoulder, and I row up for 10. 9, if your weight isn't quite heavy enough, pause at the top. 8. 7. 6. Your other hand should be just above the knee. Don't push on your knee. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Other side. Straight arm and pull. 10. 9. 8. Flat back. 7, back of the neck stays long, looking down. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right. Rest. 2 more sets. 2 more sets. Breathe. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. We'll take a little less than a minute. The idea is to recover between sets. Now, if you are not breathing heavy, you didn't make it hard enough. To make it harder, you would increase your range of motion. You would maybe add a pause for the single arm row, even the lateral lunge. Hold it at the bottom for a second. Makes it a little bit harder to stand up. And the obvious way to make it more challenging would be to increase your weight. If your weight's not heavy enough, you're not going to feel as much. Let's go again. Set 2 of 3. Deadlifts. My feet are hip distance apart, parallel. Knees are slightly bent. Core is very engaged. And I'm imagining I'm holding that stick against my head, my shoulder blades, and my tail. I hinge forward, my hips go behind me, so I feel them stretch, that stretch through my hamstrings, and then I stand all the way tall for 10. 9, push into your heels. 8. 7, you should get a stretching sensation. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Single lateral lunge. Big step. Opposite and back up. 9. Core is engaged. 8. 7. You should feel quad of the stepping leg. 6, but inner thigh. Core, 4, 3, last 2, one more time. Let's switch sides. Feet together, big step up. Opposite reach, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Good. Single arm row. If you don't like this variation, by the way, there's an option to use a bench with your opposite hand. I just want you to be aware of the option. Put your hand on the bench and row, or even against a wall. Like I could have my arm against the wall and row. Still a great option, okay? I like all of those. Let's go. For 10, remember, pause at the top if your weight's not heavy enough. 9, 8, 7, slow as you straighten it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Row for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, break. Again, heart rate, increase. If it didn't, you didn't work hard enough. You need to. And I know not everybody has an array of different weight options, but we all have laundry detergent. Those things are heavy. It's got a handle even. You could even take a canvas bag, a reusable grocery bag, and shove a couple things in it. A couple cans. I know we're all carrying our groceries into the house in one trip, so make sure you're using enough weight. Let's get ready for set number 3 of 3. After this, we have some floor exercises. So, weight, 1 or 2. You guys could be using 2. I don't have a second one nearby, otherwise I'd grab it. Because we're all very capable. This is the back side of your body. This should be your heaviest lift, your strongest lift. Feet hip distance apart, core is engaged. Send those hips back and stand tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, push into your heels. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lateral lunge. Weight in the opposite hand. Big step out. Reach to the inside of the foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, switch. Feet together, opposite hand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Row. Lean forward. The idea is you need to be able to hang your arm under your shoulder. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Hinge that body forward. Grip that dumbbell. Row. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Grab a drink, take a break, catch your breath. We're going to be on the floor. Next. We need 2 lighter weights. We're going to do some tricep extensions, and that's it. The 2 other exercises, one needs one of those light weights, and the other one doesn't need anything. I'm going to combine mobility with our strength component today, meaning we are going to sit in a 90-90 position, which is a hip exercise, before we do our floor set. So we're going to sit so that your front leg is straight up from the hip, straight up from the knee, back leg straight up from the hip, straight up from the knee, okay? You need to have your weight nearby because we're going to do it right after our hold. All right? So what I want us to do is focus on the front leg. We're going to find a stretch for the front leg, the back of that hip, and we're going to hold it just for a minute. Typically I like 2 minutes, but today we're going to do a minute. So I'm going to think of pushing my front knee down into the ground, my shin and my ankle, and leaning my body to where I feel that stretch. So 1 minute starting now. If you have to lean forward like me to feel the stretch, please be careful that you're not caving. I don't feel as much here as I do up here. Back flat, I'm thinking belly button forward, and I'm feeling that stretch into the back of the front hip. We are only going to hold this exercise 1 time. We're not going to hold it for the second and third sets. I'm just trying to find that stretch into the back of my front hip. This is an external hip rotation. Slow your breath. Pushing into the front knee will help get that stretch in the back of that hip. All right, that's our minute. Do not pop out of this. We're going to sit tall. We're going to grab our weight. I'm going to sit in this position. I'm going to reach my opposite arm. So my front leg doesn't have the weight, okay? Opposite arm. Other arm reaches out in front or out to the side, and I'm going to press my weight up and down for 10. 9, try to keep your lower body still. 8. 7, if you have to adjust your legs to do this, by all means, go ahead. 6. Your core should be working hard. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now before we jump out of this, if you're not in this position anymore, get back in for a second. We're going to lift that back knee up and down for 10. So now we're working on the internal rotation of that back hip. Now, my butt is lifted. I'm gonna try to get it back down. There, now I feel more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, if you have to lean back, you have to, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lift. Grab your weight, because we're switching sides, gently, slowly, other direction. We start again. We have to hold this one time for that minute. Let's give ourselves a chance to find that stretch before I start my timer. Again, I usually like to do 2 minutes. It's not a big deal for us to hang out here for a little longer. I'm gonna think of pushing into my knee, my ankle, and my shin, which is gonna help me feel more. Let's get ready. 2, 1, let's hold. We've got 1 minute here. I'm doing my best to keep my back nice and flat. Thinking of belly button forward, core is engaged, relaxing my shoulders. So I feel the stretch for my front hip in the back. In the back of my front hip. Nice and slow breaths. Little hip mobility thrown into the strength part today. Slow, holding, almost there. And slowly grab that weight. We're sitting up. That's our minute. So we're pressing with the back-legged arm for 10. Try to sit tall. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the weight down. Now we focus on the back leg for a second. I'm going to turn so that I can try to get my sit bone down. Lift that knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, gently come out of that. We're going to come onto our back. We need both lighter weights. We're going to go for a tricep extension with an option for a bridge. So the exercise is all about your triceps, but if you find your triceps are okay for the movement, so basically I touch the weights next to my head. My elbows, I'm going to do my best to keep them still in space. I just pivot from the elbows and then bend at the arm. If you have the ability, you can add a static bridge. So I'm going to push my hips up. I'm going to keep them there. It's optional. Extend those arms and bend them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back down. Let's sit up, set those weights down. We're going to come and take a side lying position on our forearm. Legs are split. We push into the back knee. We rotate the hip. We reach the arm for 10. Knee, hip, 9. Great rotation. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Make sure pushing knee first. 2 and 1. Let's sit up. Take the arm you were laying on, reach it up and stretch over. Whole side body. Other side. We split those legs. On the forearm, we start by pushing the back knee, rotating the hip, reaching. 10, knee, hip, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up. Reach that arm up and over, stretch. And let's come back to our 90-90. We're not holding. We're not holding. We're only doing the press. So one leg is bent in the front, the other leg in the back. I'm going to grab a weight in the back-legged hand. Okay? I'm going to switch this time so I can reach my arm out. And my other arm's going to reach out to the side or straight out in front, and I'm going to do my best to sit tall, and I'm going to press up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. No knee lifts, nothing fancy. Ninety, arm out, pressing up and down for 10, 9, 8, sit as tall as you can. You should feel lots of core. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. On our back, grab that pair of dumbbells. We have our triceps. Arms are up, shoulder blades down. I'm gonna lift hips, it's optional. Bend both elbows, extend both arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, try not to crunch the neck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up in a side lying position. Split those legs. Back knee down, top hip, rotate, reach. 10, knee, hip, 9, knee, hip, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up. Take the arm we were laying on, reach up and over. Other side. Split the legs. Back leg is the top leg, and it pushes down into your mat. Your top hip rotates. You reach up on an angle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up. Stretch the arm we were laying on. One more set. Grab that dumbbell. holding the weight in the arm of the back leg. Front bent leg is the arm that's reaching out to the side. We press up and down for 10. Try to sit tall, 9. Your hips are getting a good little mobility exercise here while we're working our upper body. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Last time for this exercise, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Both dumbbells on our back. Arms press up. Find those shoulder blades, nice stiff wrists. Hips up is optional. Bend both elbows. Extend the arms. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up onto our forearm. Last exercise. Split those legs, top knee down, rotate the hip, reach. 10, knee, hip. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up, stretch up and over. Other side. Split those legs. Push that back knee down, rotate the top hip, reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit up. Up and over. And let's sit. Roll those shoulders up and back for 5, 4, 3,